Hello, today is the blog for day 11, Friday the 18th of September. You find me in my office at Trinity College, just dipping in between lectures, and the beloved Francis is the picture behind me up here in my office, which is socially excluded from students, so normally I'm thronged by them, so it's easy to do a little video. I've got a sad reading today, which is John 18 and 19, which is the story of Jesus dying and just the build-up to his death. John writes about this extremely eloquently, and it's very difficult to read and reflect on this without a certain sadness. But let's do so with the awareness that John's big thesis is that Jesus is God. Very clearly, Jesus is God, and he's telling us in the crucifixion narrative that Jesus is taking injustice into himself. Jesus is absorbing the sin and pain of this world. So, John 18 and 19. The first chapter, John 18, we see a very human Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. He's very human because he's sad, he's tired, and he's taking his friends into a garden to be alone before he's captured. And in the garden, which we believe to be a Garden of Gethsemane from the Synoptic Gospels, we see that he's defended by Peter when a company of soldiers come to take Jesus away. He's defended by Peter in an inappropriate way because Peter injures the slave. Then the chapter goes on to talk about the very frailty of Peter, who, having been the big man and defended Jesus, then rejects Jesus when Jesus isn't looking. In fact, Peter denies Jesus 3 times, and this happens before a cock crows. I think chapter 18 of John is showing the loyalty and frailty of Peter, the loyalty and frailty of the followers of Jesus, Jesus the man. Now let's come to chapter 19, and we see even greater frailty of Jesus. We see Jesus preparing to die. First of all, there's a fake court in which there are false witnesses, and Pilate, bothered by the sham court, tries to release Jesus, but it's too late now. And secondly, the crucifixion goes ahead and Jesus is mocked. And we see extra detail in John's Gospel. We see the tunic being fought over by soldiers who cast lots as to who will get Jesus' clothes after his death. It's a sad story. And Jesus dies and is buried. And John is very, very clear that Jesus dies and is buried. Because as we know afterwards, many other Gnostics, and in fact more recently, the Islamic faith and others say that Jesus didn't die. John's Gospel is so clear that Jesus died. I'm going to finish now. It's a sad story, but remember, it's all part of the build-up for John's thesis that Jesus is God. So await for the resurrection. But the resurrection happens by Jesus rising, and as he rises, he has dealt with the injustices of the world, and we as his people have to learn to live that out.